You are not lazy, you are not unmotivated, you are not just like that. Somewhere, there's a belief quietly running in the background of your mind, and it's been shaping your decisions for years without you ever questioning it. Today, I'm going to help you find it. Hi, my name is Suzette. I'm a personal transformation and mindset coach. Last week, we spoke about overthinking and how to get out of your head and into action. But sometimes, no matter how many frameworks you use, you keep hitting the same wall and the same outcomes over and over in different situations. When that happens, it's usually not a habit problem, it's a belief problem. So let's dig into that today. A limiting belief is simply a conclusion you reached at some point, often many years ago, that you've never gone back to question. And the tricky thing is, it doesn't feel like a belief. It feels like a fact about reality. Things like, I'm not good at managing money. People like me don't get opportunities like that. I always self sabotage when things start going well. I am not a confident person. Notice these aren't framed as opinions, they are framed as identity, as truth. And that's exactly what makes them powerful and exactly why they are so rarely questioned. Most limiting beliefs are formed in childhood, adolescence, or during one intense experience, then generalized far beyond the original moment. Maybe you were told once that you talk too much, and now, 20 years later, you hesitate speaking up in meetings without ever connecting the two. Maybe one relationship ended badly, and now you keep people at arm's length, calling it independence, when really it's protection based on one data point from many years ago. The belief made sense then and may have protected you then. The problem is that it's still running the show today and in a completely different context, often working against you instead of for you. So, how do you find that belief that's running your life? Here's a method I use with my clients. You look at the area of your life where you feel the most stuck, where the same outcomes keep repeating. Maybe it's money, relationships, career, or confidence. Now ask, what would I have to believe about myself or about how the world works for this outcome to keep happening? For example, if you keep starting projects and not finishing them, what would you have to believe? Maybe you believe that if you start something and it's not good enough, it says something about you. So it's safer to never quite finish. It's not a fact, it's a belief. And once you start to see it as a belief, something you concluded, not something that's simply true, it loses the huge amount of power that it has over you. Because beliefs, unlike facts, can be examined and revised. You don't need to fix this belief today. Just finding it, naming it clearly, is most of the work. Awareness is what creates the gap between this is just how I am and this is a belief that I've been operating from, and I can decide if it still serves me. In my next video, I'm sharing the exact exercise I use with private clients to actually rewrite one of these beliefs step by step in less than 10 minutes. So if today really helped you to spot something about yourself, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. No more limiting beliefs. That way you and I can hold each other accountable for making this our best and most successful year yet.